our business is like the Volkswagen. Volkswagen owns Bugatti, Volkswagen owns Lamborghini, Volkswagen have the VW, and Volkswagen owns Audi. So every person with different needs fit to their market target.
Welcome back to season 5 of our podcast, Relentless Life on Your Terms. I'm sitting in one of the most impressive showrooms I've ever been. Welcome, Ali Baygan. How are you?
Thank you. How are you?
Well, I'm in awe. This is an absolutely impressive showroom. Wow. Even looking at this table that we're presenting on, which you told me was one piece of stone.
Yes.
Let's just start there, because I've never seen a table like this or a room.
As I mentioned before, so a stone business is a very particular business. Actually, it's a kind of business that you have to do it with passion, with love, and with the experience. So is the whole story starts from the nature. You have to go to the mountain, select the best piece of the best part of the mountain, bring it to the factory, start to implement your design, how to cut it. So this piece, we didn't bring this piece just to sell to the people. We bring this piece that we show to the people, we show to the clients that what are capable to do with this piece of nature. So this was like about 15-ton piece from the mountain, selected very professionally based on the vein, the color that we wanted to achieve at the end of the design. Bring it to the factory, and with the technology and the hand and the artisan that we have, we make this piece of the actually art from that part of the nature. So this is a 3.5-ton table, one piece, and is all carved in by hand, and show the professionalism of the artisan who done this by hand and the machineries.
That's incredible. So you actually go hand select a part of the mountain, which is then brought back, turned into this beautiful piece of art, which this specific table weighs 3,500 kilos.
Okay, kilo, yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah. So from the 15,000 kilo, you bring this 3,500 piece. So you almost wasted 12,000 kg of the material from the mountain to bring that that piece, which is 3,500 kg. So the rest is gone.
It was that much difference, that much wastage to create this one piece.
This piece, yeah.
Wow.
That's why this kind of the pieces are like one of a kind. So it's not repeatable, because even the next piece from the mountain, it doesn't have the same characteristics. So somebody who has this kind of the piece in their homes is like that. You have the Van Gogh painting, because that's one of a kind. So you do it once.
So one of one.
Yes.
So you also showed me that impressive bathroom there. Again, you said the same principle. It came from one piece, and all the material that they used to carve out of that turned into that amazing art piece, that art
Actually,
form.
our slogan in Aldo Brothers is bringing imagination to reality. So we believe that what is in your mind to have, like whatever you want to have in your home as a piece, doesn't matter, is a stone mixed with timber, with the leather, with the brass, with metal, stainless steel. We can bring that imagination to reality with the affordable cost for you guys. That's the whole idea of setting up this business.
Well, we've got a mutual friend of mine, and he was talking to me about how impressive these pieces are. And he goes, and he's a very creative and amazing man. And he goes, but I can't do it justice. You have to physically see it to walk in and understand it. And I said, I really need to see this showroom. Then when I walked in, I saw this table, and I walked in and saw them, the fireplace. I really understood what he was saying. When I hear the passion that you talk, I can understand why this is such an amazing art form or creation. Now, you've been in stone for, you said to me, close to 25 years.
Yeah, I started my business in 2002 in Malaysia. I started very small, so I was post-graduated in IT, but I always had the passion of the business in my life. So I post-graduated in IT, but I never worked in IT. So I migrated from Iran to Malaysia, and I started my own business. I started very small, but during the time I get involved with the big projects. I've done some iconic projects in Malaysia, like King Palace, Ritz-Carlton Hotel and apartments. And when we get to those projects I'm talking about like big project, 150,000 square meter stoneworks. So
Wow.
when you get to that level, after that, your name is, getting into the market. So in 2008, I was invited in Singapore to do the Marina Bay Sands Casino.
Beautiful casino. I've physically been there, stayed there.
Yeah, it's a
It is,
three tower.
it is amazing
It's
place
still
and
one of the best hotel in terms of the design. That the boat shape, swimming
on
pool
the
on the
top of
top,
the
level
three
63.
towers.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So it was a very iconic project, and I'm proud. I think that's the only project I'm very proud of doing that, because during the process I was involved with dealing with like big people. Like the owner of the project was Sheldon Adelson. In that time, he was 92 years old, number 20th richest in the world, owner of the San Las Vegas casinos in Las Vegas.
So
And
you're in
then,
good company.
yeah, the privilege that you have, besides that you're doing that kind of the job with that kind of the luck. It was $12 million contract in 2008. But put money and project aside, the people you work in those kind of the project is an honor to talk to these guys, just ask him some question, and then see that, for example, number 20 richest man in the world, how does he think
How
about
does
the
he
life,
operate? How does
how
he
he's
do?
operating,
Yeah.
what's the attitude. So the experience you get is unbelievable. So the architects that I work with them in that projects, in the personal level, like was Moshe Safdie, one of the biggest top 10 architect in the world. And the level of the quality and the standard that they demand put you in out of your comfort zone. So you have to deliver. So when you start to adapt to those kind of the standard, that will be in your blood after that. So it doesn't matter you do the one house job or you do the $10
It
million
raises the
job,
bar, your
they raise the bar. So
expectations.
that's the standard that you like to keep.
Yeah.
So we finished Marina Bay Sand in 2010. I remember the project manager team was from the UK. And then those guys was top two, top three project management company in the world. So every big projects in the world, they do tendering, they go and manage the whole project in that scale. So in 2010, 2011, I received the call from the same team that, Ali, we need you in Azerbaijan, Baku. Because in 2011, Baku hosting the Eurovision, 2012 Eurovision in that time, and it wasn't a developed country, so they had to bring the city to the standard of accommodating those athletes, those singers, and all those celebrities. So they had to build 6-star, 5-star hotels. There wasn't no trade down there. So they invited me and my whole team to Baku, Azerbaijan, which was a good adventure. I had the best time of my life in that 2-3 years in Baku. Still, again, I work with top architects like Zaha Hadid, and these are like the privilege that I had in my life. I think is you cannot put value on this kind of
Well, of course, like when
yeah.
you work with, you're mentioning people that are top in their respective fields, the richest people in the world. They think a certain way, they perform a certain way, they expect a certain outcome, a certain performance level. And once you've seen it, it exposes you to that level, which means you're going to, not many people will be able to withstand that pressure, but the ones that do, like yourself, you're only going to get better at what you do. You're going to elevate your game, which is very, very evident when you walk into the showroom.
So we've done some other iconic project down there, like Four Seasons Hotel, JW Marriott, Flame Tower, Baku Tower. It was 2-3 years, very intense delivery time on the projects. And actually my wife decided to migrate to Australia. So we apply, and then we got the PR in 2011. So I migrated to Australia in 2011, Sydney. So we started the business there. I had a partner down there, which we have this business together. So the business in Sydney was very successful, developing very well. The business name in Sydney is under Marvelous Group.
Marvelous Group.
Yeah. And then, but different concept is we involve with the big builders, big developers. We do a lot of supply and install projects on the massive scale, 400, 500 units. So we have the team, we have the sources, and we deliver the project. So But in the COVID time, I was thinking that, okay, when you have time, normally in our life, we don't have that luxury of COVID. I think for me, it was the best time of my life, because you spend the time with the family, with the kids. You think about what you want to achieve in the life. You travel, you work in 5-6 different countries in the last 20 years. So I was thinking, why I don't bring this whole experience, this journey in one place, all the ideas, what I learned from Moshe Safdie, what I learned from Zaha Hadid, what I had experience from Sheldon Adelson, what I'd seen in this hotel, in that hotel. So why we don't bring this experience in one place for the people to see what's happening in the world, Because in my idea, Australia, because it's far from everywhere, it's very difficult for people to see what's happening in terms of design, like in the real time.
Exposed to all that
Exactly.
stuff.
So
yeah, of course.
it's hard, that you want to travel from here to Italy, it takes 24 hours. So it's hard for people. So why we don't bring this experience, this exploration for people available in Australia? So I was talking to my partner. He always on board with me, He's the guy that he take risk. And then we decide to do this, and then we start sit down together during COVID time, design this concept. And the concept is like this, that we don't want to sell the material. We don't want to bring you to sell you a slab. So everybody in Australia doing that. We bring concept. And we don't want to sell our concept. We bring this concept to show the clients that these are, doable. So whatever you think,
we can do it.
We can do it. We've done the most difficult things with the stone, with the furniture. So that's why the purpose of this is not selling this object, is not selling in that bathroom. But a lot of people, they come here, even the architects, our mutual friend, they come and they get inspired, but what can be done with the stone? So when they do the design in the next projects, it's not that something that in the last 3, 4 years, 5 years, everybody do the same design. So they go out of the box. They think that, okay.
Because they're mindful that you can actually create it.
Exactly.
Their imagination, now they're physically seen it. And he actually said to me, he goes, to see the furniture that they create and how they create it, he goes, I won't do it justice. You need to see it. And I understand that now. But as he's designing future homes, when you're working together, he knows this person he's got a great imagination. He can create something out of the box and really create something beautiful.
And it's not that you can create something, but you have to create something which is affordable. People can, it's not the point that you bring this table and you say, okay, this is a $500,000 table. If you can bring this table with the quality, with the design that architect wants, with the price that is fit to the purpose, that's the
So let me ask you something, Ali. Who would be your ideal client? Who's most of your clientele? I know you've worked at hotels. I know you work with very, very high-end luxury homes. Who's your ideal clientele?
See, right now we service clients. We sell material in this company from $15 per square meter, which is the cheapest in the market. So like I'm servicing the projects that they need a lot of value engineering. Like, for example, they come to me, they say, Ali, we have this budget, but because of the COVID, this cost goes over the roof and we have to save this, but we have to maintain the quality and we have to maintain the space. So we do a lot of value engineering for projects. So this setup, it doesn't mean that, some people, they want to pay the Bentley, the Bugatti, come to this showroom. No. You have the budget, you have your idea, you have your things. We implement that idea, that imagination with that budget that
based
you have.
around that price point.
So, exactly. So, my concept, our business is like the Volkswagen. Volkswagen owns Bugatti, Volkswagen owns Lamborghini, Volkswagen have the VW, and Volkswagen owns Audi. So every person with different needs fit to their market target.
That's a very, very good analogy. So it's a group in essence. You're seeing it as a group, cater to all markets. Depending on your budget, you can get a Bugatti, you can get a VW, you can get an Audi, you can get whatever car falls either way.
The quality is all because you have that standard of the quality. So it doesn't matter you buy the $10 per square meter material correct? Or you buy the $2,000 per square meter material. At the end of the day, the execution,
You're delivering it.
exactly,
You're going to hold
execution,
yourself to a
quality,
standard.
a standard should be there. So it doesn't matter you buy Audi, Volkswagen is all German car. So, and German car are the best cars,
They're well engineered, of course.
correct? So that's the idea that we always maintain in our business. So that's the business model that we have in our mind, Volkswagen business model. So if you want something like the custom-made Bugatti, which is $10 million, we can deliver to you. And if you have a project that your budget is $1 million, and then come to the, like, you have to do it right now, the cost is $2 million, but you still have to deliver into the same quality for the clients, we can help you out with that value engineering, because I think it all comes from those 20 years experience traveling. You know the first-hand people, you cut down the middlemans, and then you know that, for example, what kind of the process you have to do, and then you have to take into the road to save the cost but maintain the quality.
Of course, because you put all those elements together that you learned from at the front when you're in Stein. What's next for your business, your corporation? Your
We are
team?
developing this concept. This was the first. So we have another showroom in Coburg, which is also very nice, neat showroom, big space. Normally we display down there the big pieces of the material, a slabs form. So people, they come here, they get inspired, they go to the Coburg showroom, they see the whole material like as a piece, and they can imagine that in that
piece into
area,
this item.
exactly. So we provide like the 3D visual design also for the clients. So if they see that, okay, I want this design, but I want to see how does it looks in that material, our company provides those kind
You
of
do digital images.
yes, digital images.
So they get an idea of the feel and touch of the material by looking at this. They can see what the whole one piece is. Here's digital image A, B, C. What do you like before we design it?
Exactly. But to develop this again, so we have another project that we're setting up a gallery, not a showroom, in East Brunswick, which it's kind of the museum industrial look, and we have a range of the products, mostly on the furniture side, objects, a stone with brass, a stone with leather. So those kind of the combination of the materials which is going to be shown. This project is started, and I think will be delivered in the next 2 months. And for the next year, we have the strategy to expand the business to Gold Coast and Brisbane. As you know, there is a Olympic Games starting in 2013, I think, that area. So I think the demand in that market will be very good.
So overall, nationally, you want to just keep opening galleries, showrooms, and just keep expanding the brand. What made you decide to leave the city to come to Melbourne, just to expand your brand further? Was that the initial? Because you're quite new to Melbourne.
As I said, I have a business partner in Sydney. The guy that I have, that is my partner, he's better than me in sales and executing the project. And it was a waste of energy, 2 people in one market, because that guy is more than enough for that market. So we come up with this idea. We wanted to be different. We wanted to bring something new into the market. And we agreed that we move to Melbourne, which is I think Melbourne in the next 3-4 years, we're going to take over Sydney in terms of the populations and expansions and migration that they have. So we made decision in 2021, and then we came here, we set up this concept, and we want to go national wide.
Now, you've obviously met a lot of influential people and great people. Tell me some of the advice or some of the tips or some of the things that you learned from them that you thought, wow, I'm really going to implement this, or I get it, I see why they're so successful. What are some of the things you observed or asked questions?
You see, I think the most important lesson I learned from these people, they never live in their comfort zone. So even me, like every time I feel that I don't have that stress, that challenge in the life, I think it's something wrong, So we have to get out. We have to, develop the new thing. So I think that's one of the best. We are, me and my partners, we never live in the comfort zone. So when we make the money, we have that comfort, and we feel that we need some adrenaline. we go out of the box, we expand, we get the challenges. So no, those kind of the things is, make you grow in life. And during that journey, you're gonna fall down. You're gonna fall down. You're gonna, uh, you're gonna lose your money. You're gonna lose your, the challenge is coming down. I think you fell down once, you get up second, you fell down the third time you get up. So
Yep.
we never give up. So that's two element for the, I think, entrepreneur, that they get successful in life. So you get out of the comfort zone and you never give up.
Which is, you're going to keep moving forward. I remember once, I don't know if I've ever shared this story. I was walking to my office, it was maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and I lived very close to my office. And as I was walking there, I had a thought that terrified me, scared the living daylights out of me. Walking in, it's about a 3-minute walk, and I thought, I'm okay, I'm doing okay. I ran to the office after that thought came in because I felt comfortable for the first time ever, and I freaked out and I thought, I've got to do something because I never want that thought to be in my head. But just walking to the office one morning, I think it was like 3 in the morning, I was heading to the office and that thought came over me, and it actually terrified me because
that's the most dangerous things, I think, for the business people, that when you feel comfortable and you're used to that, that's very difficult to get out of that comfort zone after that. I was reading one of one of the books from Donald Trump. I recommend this book to, this book saved my life in business. That's why I love him. I don't care that people, they hate him. I love this guy because I think in business, he's one of this guy just started from the real estate. He became the president of the United States. So
incredible
there
story.
is something unique with this guy. So he was telling the story about the real estate, and the story, the meaning was that when you have momentum in something, you don't lose that momentum. So when you are in a stone business, you are in any business, and you are going, a step by step successful, that's called momentum in business. You shouldn't be distracted. Okay, I'm successful, let's do this. So that you keep that momentum. Keep that momentum going, and that momentum will put you in the position, in the place that you will be the best of the best in that line of the business that you do.
Well, it's like what you said, it's not giving up. I actually had the privilege of meeting Trump before in Melbourne, funny enough. He was speaking before he became president, and I had a bit of a chat with him. And it's always, well, I asked him a couple of questions to be more specific, but I always know everyone's journey, how they get there and how many times they fall down, they get up, but there's this resilience that they're just never going to quit. If you hit them hard, they're just going to show up the next day, show up the next day, show up the next day. And there's definitely a lot of lessons if you read his story or listen to his story that you can learn from it.
Yeah.
So it was a positive book. What other books did you read that influenced you?
Normally, I read a lot of people's books like Brian Tracy, all those guys. But those people, they tell their story that you want to hear those stories. When you read Donald Trump's book, he gives you the story which is happening really in life. He doesn't tell you because you like to hear that. He tell you their story because it's happened. The world is like that. You know what I mean? So
yeah, of course.
He tell you sometimes the story that he tells. When people are around, they say, "Oh, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't teach this to the children." But that's the real world. That's the way that you have to
think.
You have to act.
Who you're competing against.
Exactly. So I read all of his books, not once, at least 3-4 times. The best book that he has is the Think Big and Kick Ass. So that book, I think you have to read it in your life at least once.
I haven't read that book, but I do like reading, and he's doing a lot of great things. A lot of people have opposing views. One thing you can't deny, when he enters the room, he enters the room.
Exactly.
And people, and I love the fact that he's in real estate as well. So let me ask you, Ali, who's your ideal client and who would you like to work with?
As I said, the business model that we have is a Volkswagen business model. So we have division in the company to service architects, in what sense that we bring them all the new design, the samples, the knowledge about the material. We working with the moms and dads. They walk into the shops, they have their plan. We sit down with them, we discuss about their design, what material is good with that area, what they have in their mind. As I said, bringing imagination to reality with the cost-effective price.
Strategy, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I think my dream is that I like to bring Australian design and designer and architects and introduce them to the world, because now Australia is in the position we are bringing the feeding the design from other part of the world, and Australia, I think, is in terms of those things is 5 years 6 years behind of the latest design. So we always follow the Italians, we always follow the Spanish, we always follow the Americans. So my idea is this: we are talking to some like high-end architects in Australia, and we talking to them to bring them on the board. So they design, we create, and we go to the exhibition like Milan Design Week with the architects, with the object they created, and then with the story that's behind that creation, and we go to the, for example, Milan Design Week with the Australian designer and explore, and then introduce those designs to the world, to the people.
So you go together basically to create the product based on the design, because walking into this showroom could be very intimidating for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And the first thing you walk, wow, this is so high end, so expensive. Is this in my price range? Who do I speak to? So just to clarify, you do service the mums and dads because you cater with all budgets, delivering at an extremely high standard, all the way up to some of the best luxury hotels in the world. And you like to partner with architects that can really, this is what my client wants. What do you want to create? And off you go and you create a beautiful piece of art like this, or the bathroom here, which you got in your showroom, which they can create, yes?
Exactly. So some of the design you see here is from the Japanese architects, from the Italian architects. I like to bring Australian architect design, unique design, and introduce it to the world. So that's the aim that I have ultimately on this business. So by attending to the exhibitions in Italy, in the USA, in Dubai, and bring those unique design from the architect, which is come into the partnership with all the Broadage, and introduce it to the world.
Now, what did you say to me when we were in there about the contemporary designs?
Contemporary but complicated.
Contemporary but complicated.
Yes.
We're going to create something very, very beautiful.
You see, if you look at that bathroom, that Carrera, the whole bathroom is from one material. But what we play with is a texture, is the finishes, is the curve. So when you go there, you see one material, but it's a complicated design. So that's why I call it contemporary and complicated.
So very, very modern, very challenging.
Challenging.
Which is where I guess your unique selling proposition or your point of difference may lie with everything.
Exactly.
Now, Ali, I've enjoyed this conversation very much, and I hope our listeners, audience have. And there's so many things. Come down to the showroom, check them out, look at them online. We'll put the link below. Before we go, are you ready for your quick fire question, sir? Now, what do you prefer? Breakfast for dinner or dinner for breakfast?
Breakfast for dinner.
Do it yourself or hire a professional?
Do it yourself.
Jeans or dress pants?
Dress pants.
Rainy day or sunny activities?
Sunny activities.
What's the first thing you think of when you wake up?
So I think I have in my life, I have the goals. Like I have daily goals, I have weekly goals, I have the monthly goals, and I have yearly goals. So every day I wake up, I know what I have to achieve, and I would like to complete that achievement. So what I have in my mind to do for that, my daily goals, I like to achieve those goals for that day.
So goals, first thing you got. Ice cream or cake?
Ice cream.
Luxury hotel or backpacking?
Luxury.
I was going to say, I think I know this one. If you had one superpower, Ali, what would it be?
I think my superpower is I never give up.
You're resilient.
Resilient.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Summer or winter?
Winter.
Netflix or YouTube?
Netflix.
Name one person that's influenced you in your life.
Donald Trump.
Of course. And I was going to ask the book. If you could have dinner with 3 people, past, present, who would they be at your dinner table? 3 people.
3 people.
Yep.
Donald Trump,
yep.
Warren Buffett,
yep,
and Elon Musk.
That's a high net worth there. What are we looking? Probably 350 billion. So you have a lot of knowledge there.
Because Donald Trump show you how you have to deal with the life, the business life and everything. Warren Buffett has a mind of the investment. So, and the Elon Musk has the
Innovation,
yes.
creativity. Ticks every box. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, Ali, how much have you enjoyed being on our podcast?
10.
There we go. Thank you very much. Remember to
Thank
like
you.
and subscribe. We'll put all the links in the comments below and all the websites. Please check out what they're doing. They're doing some amazing work there. Thank you.
Thank you.